we are in the QBO gym, and this is where we have numerous hands-on exercises that simulate real-life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. Each month covers a variety of new topics and scenarios, and to make it a little bit easier for you, we break it down into 4 different sections. So if you are looking to work on your bookkeeping skills, this is the place for you. And if you want to do an entire month's worth of these all on your own, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. But let's go ahead and get into today's exercise, which is being pulled from our November Year 1 warm-ups section. At the top here is an animated video to give you an understanding of what you, the bookkeeper, will be doing for your client Craig this month. Below that is an interactive pre-assessment quiz that relates to that video up above. Below that are the exercises in this section. And at the bottom here is an optional area where after you have gone through all of the exercises and completed them in this section, you will unlock some sample marketing posts that you can use on your LinkedIn to share with everyone what you have learned so far. So let's dive into today's exercise where we're going to practice invoicing with accumulated charges. Go ahead and click on that link to have the exercise come up for you. I have it here on the right side of my screen, so let's read through the scenario. Since Video Games by Dan has collected quite a few charges at this point, Craig says to go ahead and send his invoice. You will need to be in the same session of the sample company that you did the previous exercises in. If you have not completed those yet, go ahead and click on the link on the top right corner of your screen. That'll take you to the first exercise, complete that one and all the ones after it until you get back to this one. They all build on each other, so it's important to start with that first one. I have the sample company here on the left side of my screen. This is the last page that I left off of from the previous exercise. So let's go ahead and get started with creating that invoice. We just need to click on the plus new button and then click on invoice. So the plus new button is on the top left corner of the screen. Click on that. And then under customers, go ahead and select invoice. Now, when it comes up, we're going to go ahead and fill it out in the customer field. Let's go ahead and select Video Games by Dan. So click on the down arrow and you can either scroll down towards the bottom to select his name or type it in. Once you find it, go ahead and click on it. His information will appear for you. And you'll notice also that once you have selected his name, that a drawer pops up on the right-hand side and it includes all of the accumulated charges. This includes the equipment rental, the credit, return credit showing as a negative number right here, as well as charges that had been entered previously. So here it's a lot of things to be adding to the invoice. Let's make it easy and just click on Add All. Go ahead and do that. And once you do, you will see that all of the information is going to show up here on the left side in the invoice itself. Now, QBO added all of the accumulated charges to Dan's invoice as well as reduced it by that return credit that we had entered in that previous exercise. Notice that the invoice does not have a product service listed for the rentals here. To have a product service listed, you would need to have the equipment rental set up in the product service list, and you would need to have it indicated you would have needed to indicate it in the items grid, not the category details grid on the expense transaction. Remember from your experience with the Hicks hardware transaction in the previous exercise that you cannot add product and service items from the bank feed. You would have had to create an expense for this and then matched it to the bank feed instead. Another thing to note on this invoice is the link icon that now appears in the product service grid. This indicates that that line item is connected to another transaction. You can click on the link to see which transaction that is, and that is right here. In a real life scenario, of course, you would want to send this to the customer now that it has been completed. But for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to just save and close. So if you wanted to, in real life, actually send it, you would click on the down arrow, select save and send, and it would go directly to the customer. We can't actually send invoices here in the sample company, so we're just going to click on save and close. So click on that green save and close button, and you can see the invoice has been saved, and it's that easy on how to invoice with accumulated charges. Now, if you like this exercise and you'd like to do more like it, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. We have finished the warm-up section and we move on to the cardio section with our next exercise where we practice setting up contractors. And I will see you in the next video.